Hello everyone. Sorry I'm so late. It's tough because there's so much going on in the world right now. When my mom calls me and asks me about what's going on, I feel like I really need to explain to her what's happening so that way she's aware, I was like, "Where's Atari?" I'm like, "He's open." So point being, sorry it took me a minute. I feel like it's been taking a long time to try and help my mom understand what's going on, but it's slowly happening. Hey, Pin, what's going on? Wait a second, did this not get saved out? Oh, apparently I did not. Wow, I apparently forgot to save this document from forever ago. Well, that is super unfortunate. Okay, well, let me go back in and fix this, and then we'll move on to the next chapter. Wow, saving errors like this very rarely happen to me. That is super unfortunate, but that is the way that this goes. Sorry if I'm a little crispy. I unfortunately have bronchitis, so my throat is very angry and very, very dry. All right, let's fix this up really fast. This hopefully won't take that long to fix it up. Because the last thing that I want is to not have a completed version of this file. And that would be a bummer. So we're not going to do that. Okay. I need to switch brushes. Oh yeah, no, I guess most of the people that I know draw on computer. I guess I don't really ever see people stream traditional art anymore. But yeah, I work in Photoshop. Let's see. But I've been working on this comic for a couple years, and it's over 200 pages on Top House and Webtoon, so if you want to check out my comic, it's called Heaven's Equal, and it's based on Chinese mythology. But yeah, apparently I've somehow deleted this entire thing. Don't know how that happened. I didn't save out this document properly, so that's okay though. It won't be exactly the same as this then, that means, but that doesn't really matter. Hi, Carix. How you doing? Guess who forgot to save this document out? Oh yeah, I've never used Medibang. No, I use Photoshop predominantly. But that's pretty typical for like professional animation industry stuff here in the United States, at least anyway. Hi, Gabriel. No, the nightmare. Yeah, thankfully it was just just this one panel. Like really, there's not too much that I needed to correct. So I'm actually almost done with it. It was really fast. Also, everybody should hydrate. Thank you, Gabriel, for the hydrate reminder. I'm drinking some oolong tea today. Oh, and we got a posture check, too. Don't be shrimping. Oh, thank you for that 7-stream streak, Gabriel. That's super, super nice. Super nice of you. I really do appreciate that a lot. Oops. Well, actually, I guess I can just do this too. Yeah, let me just fix this. Tiger stripe here. Easy peasy, and then we're going to duplicate this and then move on to the newest page. I'm pretty sure I just used the whole... Yeah, I didn't do anything crazy here. So this will be close-ish. I saved out all of the JPEGs, the high-resolution JPEGs that I need. So this is really just because I am going to be weirded out if for whatever reason... Oh, except I realize I don't have... I'm going to just leave this as it is. I'm not going to have the text bubbles on it, and if I need the text bubbles again for whatever reason, I can go back and do it, but that's okay. Thankfully, I saved out everything else that I needed, and that's all right. And this for sure is now saved. So let me save this one more time. I can close this out now. Oh, nice. I still have to do stuff like story and something. Oh, yeah, and the actual script. Yeah, totally. I kind of work in the middle where I have some of the story written, and then I work a little bit on the drawings. And so then that way, if I want to change anything, I can do so on the fly and not be super locked into the story. It's also been a long time since, like, this comic has been going on so long that I sometimes forget what I wrote at the beginning of the script. Because the script is so long. Sorry if I cough a bunch, y'all. I am very, very sick. Also, thank you so much, too, Carix, for the 7-week stream. All I need is a third person with the 7 streak and we'll hit the jackpot, right? Yeah, you can find all the links to my comics and stuff below the stream pin if you want to check that out. I have all my books, my art, my comics and stuff down there too. All right. Let me see. What is going on this page? I'm like, I don't know. Well, it's kind of a bigger, chunkier page. Sorry I was so late. I was trying to have to explain politics to my mom. And I'm really proud of her for sitting and listening to me because I know it's not an easy conversation to have and she doesn't like those conversations at all. She's not a huge fan, so I'm very proud of her for wanting to like learn and make sure that we're all on the same page because otherwise, you know, it can get bad, but... You know, sometimes I write things in this script, and I have no idea what I mean. I'm like, that sure is a sentence that I wrote at some point. Wowee. Actually, you know, I'm gonna change this a little bit too. That's okay though. I like it. I'm gonna need to get like an image of a jet though. That'll prevent me from having to draw a bunch of stuff. That's alright. I just gotta stay on top of stuff. Alright, let me get Daz open. I had this instant oatmeal for breakfast this morning, and it was not great. The flavor was mid, to say the best. All right, let me see here. I'm just like super tired. Oh, it's time to eat lunch. Yeah, sorry, I was just like, I get an absolute F for being on time today. It's really hard to stay regulated when everything is really fucking bad. What? Yeah, what did I mean? No, for real, I just read this sentence and I was like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I was saying there. It made sense to me at the time. It does not make sense to me now. I'm so done with being sick. I have to fix this entire pose. Sorry, y'all. I wish I was not sick and gross. Alright, let's fix this. Time to censor all this stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Damn. You demon. Alright. Stretch! Cal says stretch! Everyone stretch! Oh no, I've been having a runny nose and cough for days. Yeah, that's it. That's what happened to me. I got whatever cold every like human in the US, it seems, has. And it turned into bronchitis, unfortunately. But that's okay. It'll go away eventually. How you doing, Cal? Hopefully doing okay. Let me turn this off. All right, let me see here. Oh, why would I? Oh, wait. No, I didn't. I'm like, what is happening to me? I gotta watch out. Oh, wait, actually, I think she had the bag over her other shoulder as her left arm. So actually, Let me fix the... There we go. Better. Okay. Why would you do this? What's the competition? True love. Okay, hold on. I gotta censor this butt. Yeah, I'm just tired. Like, I recognize I don't want to talk about politics anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm sure every U.S. citizen is at this point where it's like, if I have to talk about politics one more time, I'm gonna fucking explode. Because nobody wants to deal with this shit anymore. Hey, drink more tea. Hey, Oh, weird. I always forget that Daz can do animations. And sometimes I see shit and I'm like, Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Let me fix this. Judging gods I didn't want. I've gotten used to being lost. I never felt like I belonged. It turns out my mama wasn't wrong. You said don't ever eat the acid if you don't want to be changed like it changed me. You said the edge just got so jagged now. Everything you saw then can't be unseen. Last night I saw it all. Last night I talked to God. Sliding in the stream, though. Probably be lurking today. Well, good luck doing the works around the home. It's good to see you, Tess. Also, too, I'll message you later. But I low-key got bronchitis, so we'll have to see if sushis are going to work out because I'm dying. Jeez. I heard the voice inside my mind. The universe, it knows your time and told me everything's alright. Yeah, thankfully, the cold is like, I'm on the up and up. It's just so annoying. It's so irritating. So today is definitely better than it was yesterday. But the question will be is if I can get rid of this pesky cough fast enough. But we'll see. Okay, here we go. Be unseen. Last night I saw it all. Last night I talked to God. There's answers on my life. And in the dark I saw the light. I am the one that I've been fighting the whole time. Hate has no place in the divine. Yeah, hopefully I'll just get better. I've been sick for like a week, and I'm like, at this point, if it doesn't just stop, I'm gonna be angry. Like, I'm like, body chill. So, fingers crossed, I'll keep you in the loop. If anything weird happens and I get really icky, yucky pucky, I'll let you know. But I'm hoping that probably tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, I feel better. Last night I saw it all. Last night I talked to God. Nice. LARPing's dope. I have never done the LARP, which is super surprising, given that I am the world's largest theater nerd for absolutely zero reason. So you'd think I would have LARPed. Body chill. Yeah, honestly, I'm like, why? No, like, that's me like 99% of the time. I am not a stick jaw girly. I can't. You're like, I'm tired. Yeah, I don't think people understand how, like, some LARPing is, like, casual, like, role play, and then other LARPing is like, oh my god, this is the most athletic shit I've ever done in my whole life, and I'm going to die. Also, I've felt so revitalized. I don't know if anybody has seen the new Gorillaz music video, but I felt so inspired. There were so many Journey to the West references and jokes in the music video, and I feel very revitalized to work on this again. Oh my god. That's me. I prefer roleplay. Yeah, and I don't mind the athletic shit. But I do want to be prepared. Like, if I need to know if I'm going to show up and then just get completely fucking sideswiped when I get there, you know? But yes, gorgeous animation, 4,000%. I'm very blessed that Jamie Hewlett, as an animator, has not really sold out or done anything problematic over his career. That music video had probably some of the best matte paintings I think I've ever seen. Like, full stop, in any production. Crafting LARP. See, I know nothing about that. I am not well versed in the LARP. I do respect it though. That shit's fun. I'm always touched by the people who are like, I met my husband LARPing, and I'm like, oh my god, that's how you know you have a friendship forged in for time. You will literally never be apart. You will have the strongest marriage ever made. Because you guys LARPed together for 8 years. You guys have been through some shit. Oh, nice. I hope it goes really fun, though. I hope it's a blast. That sounds really cool. Also, everybody should hydrate. Lear has demanded it. You know, sometimes, like, the angles of his face are just, like, they're so pretty. Yeah, I'm really inspired, definitely, by a lot of what Jamie Hewlett's work looks like. I ate a whole 500 milliliter tub of ice cream. Okay, but like, what you're saying this like it's a problem. You are a champion, is what you're telling me. What kind of ice cream was it? Hopefully, it was really good. I honestly could probably use some ice cream. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my throat is really dry. Colorado has been the texture of a crispy, dried out, dead cactus for the last, like, several weeks, and I am slowly becoming like that one dried out SpongeBob meme. Ooh, salted caramel, though. Oh no, that's a problem for my guts and later me. Shh, we don't talk about it. I'm so glad I'm not lactose intolerant. I'm very fortunate. Ooh, and stretch too. Everybody stay nice and straight in your chair. Don't be crispy. Yeah, I'm really happy, I think, with the overall style of this. I'm definitely much happier than what it looked like in the beginning. My style, my understanding of anatomy was just not good enough to be able to do this. But now we're good. Goodness, why? Yeah, I'm still kind of crusty. This cold is really ruining my life. My drama of the day is that I'm like low-key mad that this one student didn't fail my digital painting class at REMCAD, even though I think that this student really needs to fail. And I'm trying to figure out how to give him a low enough grade on a folio to fail him, because he literally didn't get a drawing tablet the entire class. So long story short, all of the art was like worse than MS Paint mouse art. And I just feel very like disrespected. I recognize, like, that's really the problem, is it's like, how am I supposed to teach a student where I tell them literally 8 weeks in a row, like, dude, you need a drawing tablet, otherwise you're gonna not do very good in this class. And then unfortunately, because it's undergrad, it's like D's get degrees, and so he can just skate through the class and not worry about it. And then surprise surprise, he doesn't do very well in art school. And it's like, I feel like I, like, on principle, feel like I need to, like, want to fail him, not because I'm an asshole, but because, like, I recognize if he doesn't figure out how to learn the skills, he's not going to be able to do other assignments in future classes. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how to handle that one today. We're gonna figure that out. Let's see. The LARP I did a while ago wasn't physical, but it wasn't particularly roleplay heavy either. Oh yikes! The LARP used to be Harry Potter themed. Rip. But then everybody collectively was like, "Fuck Joan." That's rough. That's rough, buddy. That's all I gotta say. Where's that one Zuko meme? I'm gonna go see if I can dig up a Ricola from Jace's dresser really quick. I'll be right back. Ricola acquired. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, let me make sure that... I know what I'm doing. There we go. No! What do you mean? Why have you done this? Oh, wait. This is why. That is definitely the vibe of his personality. It's tough because, like, I would almost more describe it with I'm right, you're wrong, shut up. If that makes sense. Because I think he recognizes that he's not an expert at everything, but also he's been around for so long that to some extent, probably if you're asking him to do something, or if you're asking to do something in general, he probably can do it better than you. And these are just facts of life. He just is asking you to recognize the fact that he's been around for 4 billion years. Nice art in the art share, Gabriel. You did a really good job with that turnaround with the proportions and stuff. That looks really, really good. Getting proportions to be like uniform. What is this? What is this layer? Yeah, getting proportions to be uniform in a turnaround is really difficult. One of the harder parts of it, anyway. Hello? Photoshop? Remember when I used to not do this line art stuff and I regretted it? I like this a lot more now. With these line art weight variations here. It's just prettier. Alright. Oh, in my dream he can stand on my shoulder. That's adorable. I love that. Yeah, right? No, that's it. Welcome to my debate club. I'm right, you're wrong. End of debate. Full stop. 100% canon. That is literally, that's exactly it. Oh, yeah, he will die. He's very loyal. He will die for family. 1000%. That's a huge core theme of my comic. is like, I have a quote actually from him on a page that I published. It's chapter 11, it's live. But there's one part where they're hanging out in the bush. This one. I think that this really summarizes him, right? She asks, why are you doing this, right? Why are you helping me solve this issue with my family? Doing what? Why are you helping with my family? And he says, family's important. I wish Photoshop would not have frozen, but that'd be really cool if it didn't do that. But he says, family's important. Without family, what are you? You know? And I think that that's the core of Wukong for me. That's like something I really want to try and push with this comic. Is that with a good group, like, you really can do anything. You just have to, you know, look out for each other. Yeah, so he takes family matters, like, really, really seriously. Oh yeah, Wukong's a great babysitter. He's super good with kids. I mean, like, I think about his role as, like, king of monkeys, and, like, his job really wasn't to, like, be a king, so to speak, but, like, 99% of his job was, like, playing with children. You know, so, like, the reason he is so violent is because he's so loyal. And if he feels like he's been disrespected, that's when the problem happens. And that's also a really, like, core part of this comic as well, where it's like, I want to really show that a lot of the demons are disrespected, but they're handling it in a bad way. And so, like, the Bull Demon King, for example, at least in my version, he's not, like, you could really look at him and make the decision that, like, he's not that evil. But because he was so disrespected, that's why he's a problem. He's feeling like he's not being listened to and that his territory is not being respected. Also, in the novel, didn't he get the title of Grandpa? No, you may be thinking of the meaning of his surname, Sun. Sun, means, person with many, or it means grandson. It means, like, someone with a lot of family. Sometimes he does make jokes that he's like, I'm old enough to be your grandpa throughout the novel. He's like, you have to listen to me because I'm fucking ancient, effectively. Like, I've known your grandpa's grandpa, so I don't think he ever directly calls himself grandpa, but, like, his name means, like, one with a long lineage, effectively. And then if you combine that with the like, Buddhist name that he's given, which is, like, Wukong, awakened to truth, it means, like, child of awakened truth, you know, is his full, like, Buddhist title. But Sun can also mean, like, large family, and I think that that's mostly just a joke about, like, there's a bazillion monkeys. But he does make old man jokes all the time. He's like, I'm literally old enough to be your fucking great-great-great-grandpa. Like, you have to listen to what I say, respect your elders, you piece of shit. Which I do think is really funny. He simultaneously is like, I'm a sprightly young man, and then he's also like, I'm 4,000 years old, leave me alone. But I think it also depends on the translation that you, like, read as well, because I recognize, like, the most commonly read English translation does some funky stuff with certain words in Chinese, and so it could be different depending on the translation. You know, actually, I don't think that his sense of smell is something that comes up often in the novel, which is funny. I'd imagine it's pretty good, but I don't think that they focus more on his hearing and on his eyesight specifically in the novel versus his sense of smell. Hello, friends. Hello over on YouTube. If I misread your username, it's because I can't see it on my end. But welcome, Kit Kat, Space Caterpillar, welcome in. Do you fuck with SpongeBob? I actually have not really seen that much SpongeBob. I watched a lot of it when I was a kid, but I have not watched a lot of it since. But I do love it. I think Tom Kenny is an actor. He's very, very funny. And I have a lot of respect for the SpongeBob animation team. Also, for those of you new to stream, welcome in. My name is Tycho. I'm a professional illustrator and animation teacher at an art college. I'm also an award-winning novelist. We're working on my comic, Heaven's Equal. And for this comic, I use a technique that's pretty common in animation, where you make 3D models and then use that as your base for storyboards or for illustration, or in this case, I'm using it for comics. So I made all these 3D models. That way, I don't have to draw the same character over and over and over again from a billion different angles, and I can just pose the 3D model and then use that to speed up my process. But if you're interested in checking out my work, you can find all my books and my entire Viz Dev portfolio down in the description below the stream if you want to check it out, if you're over on the YouTube side. Yeah, I feel like a baby crying would be more annoying to somebody like Six-Eared Macaque, but I don't think that there's really oops, I don't know why I'm doing this. There's not really a lot of explanation for how Six-Eared Macaque's super hearing works. There's never any indication that he can just turn it off. You know, so I always wonder about that. I'm like, does he have the option to just not hear everything? Or is this a downside of super hearing kind of an issue? Oh yeah, I also need to draw the bag. She bought a bunch of carrots. Actually, I'm going to bring this up and over like this, and then this goes down and around. Well, actually, this is going to have to go at an angle. Hold on now. Let me figure out how I want this bag to sit on her hip. Because she's got like a reusable tote filled with carrots now. They went to the farmer's market. Lao Sun. Yeah, I have personally never seen that, but again, that could be a translation thing. But that goes back to, so it doesn't mean grandpa. It means ancient. Lao means ancient. It's a self-respected title. He uses it very briefly in the very beginning of Journey to the West. This is coming from my main man, Journey to the West research. I love this man. If you guys have not seen this, I believe these are all of his self-named titles that he uses throughout the novel. When these were translated into English, most of the time they use this rather than the original Chinese title. So in this case, Mei Ho Wang, Ho meaning monkey, Wang meaning king, Mei meaning handsome. So Mei Ho Wang. And some of them are super ridiculous. You have Hua Guo Shan, Shui Lian Dong Chen Sheng Shenren. So we have heaven-born sage. So that's Chen Sheng Shenren sage, right? From Hua Guo Shan Shui Lian, which is the mountain of flowers or water curtain cave, mountain of flowers and fruit. So some of them are very intense, but in the case of Lao Sun, Lao does not necessarily mean old. It more so means ancient in this particular case. So if you look at the character for Lao, aged, tough, always, you have a word for always. So it's kind of got the same connotation as long lasting or eternal. So old Sun means a person who has, I guess this guy Yu in 2012 translates it to old monkey, but I would personally translate it into something that means more everlasting monkey or eternal monkey, someone who's just around for a long time, but it doesn't really translate to grandpa, if that makes sense. But also keep in mind, I have a very rudimentary understanding of Mandarin from trying to learn as best as I can for this novel so that my translations are accurate, but I am not a fluent Mandarin speaker. Oh, yeah, no, Wukong would straight kill that guy. If anybody approached him and was like, this man murdered his entire family, I guarantee you he would be just, like, insta-dead. It would be a very, like, no question, low question situation for Wukong. And when you say, like, Chinese views on familicide, you have to be very careful with those kinds of search terms because China's been around for so long. You have to really look up, like, what their views are based on the period that they're from. You know, so are you talking, like, ancient classical Chinese, Tang Dynasty, Song Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, you know, like pre-classical and ancient Chinese? Are you talking about modern current Chinese? You know what I mean? Like, each of those things are going to carry a different meaning, most likely, because they had different laws at different periods. I actually genuinely think Wukong probably fucking loves the Fast and Furious movies. I'm not gonna lie. I would canon put that in his I love Vin Diesel category here. I'm sure he loves The Rock too, actually. I would not doubt that for a fucking second. But murder in general is just like considered super dishonorable, particularly in a more ancient Chinese context. And when Journey to the West was written, I believe it was written in the Ming Dynasty. So yeah, it was. It was written during the Ming Dynasty. So that it reflects a lot of like Ming Dynasty culture and like what was considered like typical or normal for society at that time. Murder in general is just a huge no-no overall, though. Even if you're like, if you're doing it out of like a vengeful reason, like, or if you're doing it out of a just reason, like it was still considered like a don't do that. Unless you have, like, the authority to do so, like, unless you're an emperor or a great military leader, like, you don't really have the authority to do that. But also, too, I feel like Journey to the West is a massive commentary on, like, religious views of why corporal punishment, just in general, was kind of negatively viewed at the time. Because a lot of places, it was like, you know, a thief steals something and you chop their hand off. You know, that was kind of the vibe for a lot of places in the world at the time. And like Shan or Sansang is considered kind of radical because he won't kill things. He won't commit corporal punishment, which is like where him and Wukong get into arguments all the time, where they're you know, not necessarily like on the same page there. Oh yeah, that makes sense, Melpomenea. Yeah, I think a lot of societies like shifted what their ideas were about like authoritarian punishment pretty dramatically. Yeah, so the Ming Dynasty is considered the last great dynasty of China. The Han Dynasty would have been from 202 BC to around 200 AD, versus the Ming Dynasty actually took place during the Renaissance. Actually, sorry, pardon me, I was incorrect. The Qing Dynasty is the last dynasty. That ended in 1911. Ming Dynasty ended in 1644. So the same time that, like, the Renaissance was going on, and then also to like post-Renaissance into I think that's the Romantic period, because it was like pre-Regency. Oh, early modern period. So from anywhere from the Middle Ages to the early modern period was the Ming Dynasty, roughly encompassing also the entirety of the Italian Renaissance. So there was a lot of big changes happening all over the world during that time, but it was also more common too for philosophy to shift to a more humanist approach at that point, where people were kind of turning away from religion, not necessarily completely, but they were asking more questions about like well, what if man is God? What if people are like more powerful than God, so to speak, and how you like shape yourself, you know? And so like it was not uncommon for people to be viewing philosophical or religious works through that lens, which is pretty cool. And I would argue that the Chinese were kind of the same way, where they were really in tune with that, and they were asking a lot of those really like heavy questions, which I love about like Chinese philosophy from that period. I think it's just so fucking cool. And Journey to the West definitely reflects that. Like it's all about, you know, self-improvement and wanting to better yourself for the sake of humanity, which is really neat. I love that. Also, I hope you're having a good day, Melpomene. I hope you're doing great. I started stream really late. We don't talk about it. I need to fix that. There we go. A man is indeed a featherless chicken. I think a T-Rex would probably agree with that assessment. Collectively, all dinosaurs would be like, that's gross. Yeah, history is insane. Effectively, I've shifted the timeline I recognize for Heaven's Equal, and all in all, it now I have effectively the original Journey to the West, and so like when Journey to the West was written, it would have been written that Wukong came out of the mountain during the Ming Dynasty, early Ming Dynasty, and then did all of his stuff during like the 1400s ish, give or take, after being trapped in the mountain for 500 years. So that would have reasonably put Wukong's birth sometime during the Tang Dynasty at some point, give or take. Maybe the Song Dynasty, depending on how long he was alive before he was imprisoned in the mountain. But I've shifted things now to where he was born in the late Song Dynasty, early Ming Dynasty, was put into the mountain in the Ming Dynasty, and then popped out post-Dynasty China. So I shifted things around a little bit. Oh, I realized. Miss Ricola is not really helping me. I should probably go get some bee propolis. Sorry if I'm coughing. I got bad bronchitis, y'all. I got bronchitis. Okay, so then I'm gonna grab the plane. I like all your goober emotes. Okay, thankfully this page is actually gonna save me a lot of grief. Yeah, Chinese history is amazing. History in general is just really cool. That's partially been a lot of like the fun working on this comic for me, has really been like all the stuff that I've been learning, whether it's like learning and practicing Mandarin, understanding like cultural context for a lot of stuff. I feel like that's really what disappoints me about a lot of Western adaptations of Journey to the West as a whole, is that I don't think that they do a good job modernizing or translating the ideas that they're trying to get across to a Western audience. They just end up dumbing it down so bad that it just like, it literally ruins the whole point of the literature. Like, it misses all the major Buddhist themes and cultural context for a lot of stuff, which makes zero sense to me. Like, I'm like, if you're gonna adapt something, like, at least do it right. At least, like, do it with conviction, you know? I don't know. So, I'm trying my best to, even though I'm adapting it in this way, I want to remain really, really faithful to the comic and also to, like, Buddhist philosophy. I'm very lucky that I have, like, in-laws now that are, like, practicing Buddhist. I did make a really funny Buddhist joke in this, this comic, too. There's, like, a part where Sean's trying to explain to her mom, like, what kind of branch of Buddhist they are. But they didn't come up with a plan to talk about it. And so she throws out, like, a Thai style, or a Taiwanese style, like, Buddhism, or branch of Buddhism, which I'm pretty sure that that's what her family practices, is, like, Taiwanese Buddhism. And then, like, Wukong throws out a Japanese Buddhism sect, and then they're just, like, arguing. Like, they can't pick one. He's like, you look like you practice Nichiren Buddhism. She's like, what is that supposed to mean? I, like, went to a Nichiren Buddhist temple for, like, very, very briefly. I don't think I would have considered myself practicing Buddhist, but it was a really cool experience. Oh god, there are so many types of Buddhism. Just like with Christian denominations, there's a lot of different types of Buddhism depending on the area in which you're from. So most of these are going to be like Indian or South Asian types of Buddhism. So you've got Theravada, you've got Mahayana Buddhism. This is the most, I think, like, I guess, yeah, it's the most spread. So Mahayana Buddhism is what Journey to the West is predominantly based on, because it's its own thing. And then, yeah, the primary focus of Mahayana is putting the Bodhisattva ideal, others' needs before your own, which is literally the entire principle of Journey to the West. So Journey to the West is Mahayana versus Theravada, which is focusing more on the Buddha's teachings itself. So it's more traditional in that way. And then you have the variations of Mahayana. So we're middle way, Yogacara, so this is like yoga based. Zen Buddhism, which is one of the most well-known Japanese forms of Buddhism. Pure Land Buddhism, Jodo, Shingon, Nichiren Buddhism, which is, again, that's the type of Buddhism, the type of Buddhist temple that I went to for a little while. Of the Theravada, these are going to be more like Thai, Sri Lankan, Indian. You also have Southern Esoteric Buddhism as well. And then the third main category is Vajrayana, which is like a Tibetan-style Buddhism. And I don't think that they list all of the different types of schools here. But, I mean, honestly, there's so many. Then, of course, they put secular Buddhism under, like, a pretty, like, broad category. Yeah, God, this guy's listing all of them. Like, there are so many. So many. Dzogchen, Zen, Pure Land, Chen Tai, like, Forest Tai, Diamond Way, like, there are so many. But yeah, Nichiren is a pretty big school. Yeah, the part where it says Mahayana is dominant in Southeast Asia. Yeah, I agree. That was not correct. I find that mostly Mahayana is like East Asian is what I would consider it, and it's like Nichiren is like the biggest example of that. But there are so many different forms of Buddhism, and then you have like weird Buddhist cults too, like Dalong Fa. Is that what that fucking Shen Yun cult is called? Da Long Fa. Wait a second. Which cult runs Shen Yun? Hold on. Falun Gong. Oh, but it's also called Falun Dafa. Yeah, Falun Gong. That's a weird fucking Buddhist cult. I don't know if I would consider them true Buddhists because they're kind of freaky. But yeah, all forms have spread all over, and really like which there. I don't think that I would ever say that there's one right way to practice Buddhism. I just recognize Mahayana has had its the largest amount of spread for sure compared to other forms of Buddhism. But if you talk to like Indian Buddhists, Theravada is going to be like the most predominant one. Like I had a lot of Indian friends growing up, and Theravada was what they practiced. So if they were Buddhist. It's very interesting. Oh, that's not right. But yeah, no, Melpomene is totally right. Like, yeah, I don't think I've ever really heard of like Mahayana being anywhere except for like East Asia. But I'm also not like this is important to keep in mind too. I don't consider myself a practicing Buddhist. I've had a lot of Buddhist friends growing up. My one of my closest friends in high school's dad, Sam Adedawar, um, wrote this book called The Elements of Soul. A complete introduction. Actually, it's so crazy that he only has like a few reviews on it. That's sad. I wonder, is it one of my dad's? No. I was like, I'm surprised my dad didn't read this. But yeah, Sam was, Mr. Adedawar was a very, very, very smart scientist. But he wrote a Buddhist like focused like philosophy book about consciousness and intelligence. It's a very cool book. So I grew up around this kind of like thought, and then as I got older, I was introduced more into like Nichiren Buddhism. I have a lot of like Filipino in-laws now, and like my uncle-in-law is a practicing Nichiren Buddhist, so it's really cool. I'm very blessed to have like all of these like different types of Buddhists in my life, but I myself do not practice. Oh, Ava, that's okay. To be fair, I started hella late. I was like talking to my mom about politics and trying to not like totally crash out. She's doing okay. She just wants to understand what's going on, but I recognize that on my end it can get really exhausting trying to explain everything that's happening when things are happening here very, very quickly. But that's okay, because sometimes that's the way that it goes. This guy is my new favorite trance artist. I'm so sad. I wanted to go see Chrissy Schlepeka so bad in a couple of weeks, and unfortunately all of her tickets are sold out. Aether 2. I don't think I ever... Actually, I need to make this more wide. A wider bottom, or wider sleeve here. I have never played that. Hello? Yeah, Buddhism's amazing, though. I'm in love with the philosophy. I recognize a lot of, like, even my own views of, like, Christianity are really shaped and inspired by Buddhism. I'm no longer a practicing Christian either, but, like, one of my favorite Christian texts is the Book of Thomas. That's, like, one of the Dead Sea Scrolls books of the Bible that was, like, lost and then omitted from the Bible overall. And that shit is the most Buddhist stuff on the whole planet. It is, like... so Buddhist. And I love it. It's really cool. I love Buddhism as a philosophy. But I also live in Colorado, which is really weird. And if you're not from the United States, Colorado has the largest population of Buddhists in the United States. We have like a college called Naropa University, which is a Chinese holistic medicine and Buddhist-based college where you can get degrees in religion, philosophy, holistic medicine, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, which is wild. And other places in the U.S. just don't have that. So the Dalai Lama came one time, and I got to see him speak in person, and that was really cool. So yeah, I'm very blessed. We also have a lot of like practicing Hindus as well, so lots of Hare Krishna. I try to have as many different like religious experiences as I possibly can, so that way I can understand where people are coming from. Hey, Gooey Chewy, welcome in on the YouTube side. How you doing? Welcome to stream. My name's Tycho. I'm a professional illustrator and an animation teacher. I'm working on my ongoing comic, Heaven's Equal. Effectively, I make all these 3D models, and then I use them to get through comics really, really quickly, because I am lazy. I'm predominantly a storyboarder and a concept artist. Oops, not that one. But welcome in. If you like Kung Fu comics and like Chinese mythology, you'll probably like my comic. It's free to read on Tapas and Webtoon if you want to check Heaven's Equal out. But feel free to vibe. Let's see, it's the Glowstone Portal mod. Oh yeah, see, I also have only played Portal once, believe it or not. I feel like I missed a lot of like mainstream stuff. Like, people are like, "Have you seen Neon Genesis Evangelion?" And I'm like, "No." Like, I feel like I'm so into like weird like niche stuff that people often are like, I feel like really out of the loop for like pop culture stuff, but that's okay. But yeah, thanks for popping into stream. I really appreciate it. I've had a lot of visitors from YouTube today. Normally we mostly hang out on Twitch. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let me fix her expression here. We're gonna go rogue with the eyeballs over here. What is she saying on this page? I have my script open. Oh yeah, she's just like confused. She is literally confusion. Okay. I did get my first job rejection, my first game art job rejection from Canada, which is unfortunate. But I think it's because they probably need somebody sooner than I'm moving. Normally game design jobs take like a good couple of months to solidify, so I might still be applying too soon. So I'm going to email them back and ask them kind of what the deal was, or like if there's anything I can do to improve my portfolio, and then thank them for, you know, actually getting back to me and letting me know. But that's more of a response than I've ever gotten from US based companies, so I'm grateful for that. She's like, what are you saying to me? Like, what are these words that are coming out of your mouth? All right. Okay. I think I still have my Buddhist prayer beads somewhere, actually. I don't remember where I put them, though. Okay, bye, Ava. Have a good sleep. Thanks for popping in. It was good seeing you. I hope you have a nice night. Actually, I'm going to connect that over. I am the manifest sound. Okay, I can't forget to draw her stupid bolo tie. I'm gonna literally be forgetting that forever. I remember when I introduced Wukong's stupid headband, because the first, like, several pages of the comic, he didn't have that thing on. And then, I introduced it, and then I literally kept forgetting to draw it. Mr. Bubber, what are you doing? My cat just came in. I don't know what he wants. I fed him before starting stream, so I'm confused. Do you want to just come and say hi? Come here. Oh my gosh. Mr. Bubs. Oh, he's making biscuits. He's also sneezing on me. That's great, and also low-key kind of disgusting, sir. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, not what I want. My cat is so nasty, but it's not his fault. Actually, this is a little long. Alright, that's better. Mr. Bubbert. My cat is really cute, but he's so weird. I think I'm just going to do this by hand, the line artwork. Oh, and then I can't forget that she's got a bag. What I don't want to have happen is I accidentally delete the bag out of existence. Oh, Mr. Man, are you sitting down? He's been doing this lately. This cat has been recognizing that he can indeed just sit on my lap and just chill out, you know? Oh, thank you, Gooey. That's so kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you want to check out any more of my work, you can always click any of the links below the live on YouTube to see my my website. Or I think you can use the command ! Website, and it actually will get you to my website, ? I don't know if my commands work over on YouTube. We'll find out. Hand actually looks okay. Sometimes Daz gives me really freaky hands and they're mortifying. That was not the case here. We're okay. We're all right. Oh, I also can't forget to finish up that one guy. I have like that commission that I need to finish for that guy's illustration work for his book. This guy left me a very nice review on King of Dust and thought it was really fun. And I'm super happy with the review. The guy's a very critical writer. He's very intense, so to get a nice review from him was a huge win. Hello. Oh, that ain't right. There we go. Okay, so now let me go and manually do this. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bubs, I had to move my arm. My cat's like, why are you trying to take me out? I'm like, I'm not, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I love art. I am an animation professor, so I should hope that I like art anyway. Fingers crossed. But definitely my favorite things ever are working on writing. I mostly write a lot of books. I've got over 11 books, or 11 books published now, but that'll be 12 in May. So it's very exciting. My 13th one is going to be coming out later on this year as well. All things willing, I need to come up with like a plan. It's looking more and more like I won't be able to sell my books in Canada, so I'm going to have to set up a distribution system here in the US and have somebody distribute for me. So kind of interesting. But I love working on comics. Teaching is fun when the students are being good. But I love art. It's the only thing I like to do. Storytelling is definitely something hugely important to me. Oh, we got a self-care combo from Carrix over on Twitch. Make sure everybody hydrate, sit up nice and straight, stretch. Don't let your chair absorb you. Actually, this is probably fine. I am going to, though. Oh, I realize I didn't delete this out. Yeah, I always, like, sit on my feet. I'm like, and now I can't move. I would stretch dramatically, but this cat is on my lap, and I recognize if I do that, he will be so mad. Sir, you can't. This cat wants me to do this. Hold on. Let me see if I can hold the camera up. He wants me to hold him by his little feet like this and kiss him. This is what he wants. Oh, you're so happy. Oh, God. He's so cute. This cat. You're okay, Mr. Bubs. I'm not going to drop you. Oh, my God. You're so cute and so sad. Oh, sir, can you get off my tablet? Thank you. Yeah, he's very cute. My cat may be old, but he's really good. Do you want more food? Is that what you're asking for, Mr. Bubs? I don't know. I'll have to go see. Once I finish the line art on this page, I'll go feed him really quick. Isn't he so sweet? His name's Tatsu. He's very old, and he has one eye, but we love him. He is literally the nicest cat I've ever owned in my whole life. He's just so good overall. All right, Mr. Bubs. Do you want... what if I finish the line art? Will you be mad at me if I finish the line art? Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be good here because I don't want to accidentally Here we go. I'm gonna go like this. Here we go. Yeah, we named him after the anime and the manga Way of the House Husband, because that guy has a scar over his eye, the main character. Oh wait, there's some additional. I don't need this. We like to make a joke that our cat was in the kitty Yakuza. He was not. He just liked to steal Taco Bell outside. That was his main crime. You're purring so loud. You just like it when attention is on you, Mr. Man? Oh my God. He's so cute. That's okay, though. She's literally like, what are you talking about? You're saying these words at me, and I don't know what you mean. She's like, that's nice. I can't. Oh, thank you, Gooey. That's very kind. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me erase this out. Goodbye. 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 I actually am not a fan either of this. All right. Now that my lines are done, I'm going to go ahead and let me get up and feed this cat really quick because I'm pretty sure that that is what he wants. And then I'll come back and then let me color. So I will be right back. Let me go feed the cat. He indeed did want Lunchy. I knew it. All right, here we go. Let's get going. I'm going to drink some more water here. Let me just double check and make sure when my doctor's appointment is today. Because the last thing that I want is to be like late to my doctor's appointment. That would be silly. Oh, it starts at 2:50. That's so specific. How weird. Okay. So I'll have to end like 5 minutes before. Oh, but I'm already planning on doing that anyway. I'm ending at 2:45. Okay, cool. So never mind. That all works out. I actually need to open up that other page. I wish that I was not sick anymore. It's funny because like my Chinese horoscope was like, you're going to have issues with health this year. And then no joke, I just like, as soon as Year of the Horse hit, I immediately got sick. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, they were right. Short for the dead, the covers up my head. Don't wanna know anymore. My room, back turned into a womb. Dust out the floor. Ares was far too mighty, abandoned by Aphrodite. Psyche is falling apart. I was on side for a long time, but a size bar stuck on quick time, and I lost a friend to a sick mind. It's dried and it's springtime. Ooh, can I be a brand new person? So I did finish the Astrid story last night. I just haven't read it back to Jace for like a final proofread. But I think that should be up on Wattpad by the end of the day today, I think. Question mark? I'll be sure to share it with everybody over in the Discord once that happens. Beneath God's purposes, a blessing to Dionysus. Let's go. I was inside for a long time, space bar stuck on quick time, and I lost a friend to a sick mind. Hey, I got maybe an answer. Also, hello on the YouTube side. How you doing? I wish that we could listen to music over on YouTube. Guaranteed YouTube's actually gonna mute me for singing. Guaranteed. I'm gonna get the Google Bandhammer. Sometimes I'm legit just singing and they're like, "Are you a professional musician?" I'm like, "No." Why are y'all punishing me? And that's how that goes. What? Oh, I was like, what color did I make her bag? I was like, I don't even remember. I don't know. Also, if I butcher your username, I am so sorry, but welcome in, Static. No, I don't take character requests in that way, unfortunately. I already have all the script written out for this comic. If you are interested in doing things like shaping books or shaping narratives, though, I do have a a Ko-fi membership that you pay $1 a month for. And when I work on books, you have the ability to shape and change the book as we release chapters. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, that is available on the link below my stream if you want to check it out. We're on a hiatus right now, but I'll be working on the next book in June. We just finished up the last one. We were working on it for like a year. It was super fun. Yo, I don't wanna grade finals. I don't want to do it. Actually, I got through the worst class, so I think I'm like over the hill for that. The digital painting class is the roughest class, to be honest. But yeah, I'll probably be releasing the voting for which book we're going to be working on in around June. I have so many different ideas and people who've been around for a long time and have read a lot of my other books. A lot of them are like extensions of other like characters from books that are already existing, which is fun. Let me like go open the list and figure out which ones we're looking at. Like, I have everything from, like, books about, like, Arthur Riley, like, the Ghost Hunter, from Gullible Ghost Hunter specifically, like, a Ghostbusters-style, like, book featuring Arthur Riley, professional neckbeard and Ghost Hunter. I have, like, a Phineas Lowe book. I have a Zarkoshe book. A book potentially about Lexus. A book about O'Brien. A book about Zinzan from King of Dust. Like, this could get kind of wild. I'm effectively going to be making expansive universe novels. It's gonna be very cool. I'm pretty stoked. So that's really, yeah, mostly I think the content that I'm going to be making. That way it's not like super consequential, but it also is fun and it expands on the universe that we already have. So could be kind of cool. Oh, Wukong's outfit is really like monotone. Hello? This particular day. Yeah, over on my Ko-fi, you can also do other stuff too, like, if you're pledged at, like, the $10 tier and up, you can vote on, like, what outfits Sean's gonna wear every time she changes outfits and stuff. So this Billie Eilish, super looking Billie Eilish outfit is, was made by Cal and, Chips, Lear the Witch and Chips. So that can be super fun. I also release all of the comic early access on Ko-fi as well. So as soon as the chapter gets done, instead of having to wait week by week for it to get released, or over on Tumblr, I release the chapters as soon as they finish posting on Tapas and Webtoon, and so they take much longer to come out on over there versus on Ko-fi. So that's also another thing. Sorry, I wish I was not dying. Holy moly, I feel so crusty. Mr. Bubs, what you doing? You coming back in here to say hi? Come on. You've been so social. Come here. Normally you're sleeping all day. Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness. You want to sit down and just have a nice time? Oh, sorry, you're stuck to my earbud. Oh my god, Mr. Bubs. But yeah, I realized we were we were in the middle of an ad break. But I was mentioning that the schedule for my comic, I release it weekly every day on Wednesdays. But if you subscribe to the Ko-fi, to the early access tier, you get the comic before pretty much everybody else. You don't have to wait for the releases on Tapas and Webtoons. And then Tumblr and Fur Affinity get the comic last. So I wait until I am effectively completely done with the comic and everything is uploaded over onto Tapas and Webtoon before I release it to Tumblr. So it takes longer, or the longest, to get released over there. So if you're interested on keeping up on the comic weekly, that gets released over a little bit more quickly over on Tapas and Webtoon. And then it gets released the soonest over on Ko-fi. So the entire chapter 11 is already up on Ko-fi. Oh, this is not supposed to be how this goes. I'm gonna have to fix that over on the other one too. That's okay. I love her little bolo tie. I was like, there's got to be like a magic bolo tie somewhere. There's got to be something. Everything is better with a magic bolo tie. Okay, let me get... I already have her hair, so let's drag that down over here. Mr. Bubber, you're so sweet. Why are you so cute? You're so nice, Mr. Bubs. Oh, hey, I made a sale on Etsy. Thank you so much to whoever just grabbed some, it looks like a candy keychain, a Wukong candy keychain from Etsy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it a lot. Also, thank you for that Etsy plug, Cal. If you're over on YouTube, you can find my Etsy information below my stream in the links. Okay, thankfully, this is a work smarter, not harder situation, and I get to copy this whole set of colors over here. I don't even have to suffer. Look at that. Amazing. Also, too, with every Etsy purchase I have, I do a magic dice roll. So you can potentially win extra bonus prizes. I'm actually going to do like a fun, let me see, where is my color pal? I need the color pal for Tears, whatever that one is. Let's see. this. I'm gonna do that color. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm dying. Do I want to do, like, worry wiggle lines? That's pretty good. I don't mind that. That's fun. Oh, and I realize, though, that this is, like, low-key kind of in the wrong spot. There we go, better. Her hair is fine, though. Okay, so let's save. Oh my god. Oh, Carex, I see, your beautiful, beautiful Black Myth Wukong art. Gorgeous. Gorgeous work. So beautiful. Hey, Television, also, thank you so much for that, that sub over on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I did not see that one 12 minutes ago, but I do see over there. I really appreciate that so much. Don't forget to save your work. True, Mr. Bubs. I love this for you, but you can't sit on my desky. You gotta sit on my lap. Can you lay down? Can you lay down, old man? Or are you, oh my god. Oh. You thought you were gonna fall to your death. Oh my god, what is happening? What is going on? You just want this to be cuddle times only for Tatsu? You don't want me to work anymore? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. So now I need also to, let's go look up an image. This is the last thing that I need here. I'm going to need an image of a jet and the sky. That's going to be the next ideal thing here. Jet. Give me a jet. That is like maybe one of the worst images of a jet. I guess maybe I'll try airplane. That I was looking for a jet specifically. This is not an airplane. This is a hot air balloon. I need a much more... Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure... Wait, is this an actual... Oh, wait. Oh, I was like, is this... I thought that these were like sponsored stock images from another... website, but they were not. These are all pixels too. Heck yeah. Much happier. So we're going to flip this horizontal. And I'm going to do this. And then we're going to crop this. So let me rasterize this. Crop. And then we're going to... Oh, I really wish that this actually was not going down. Hold on. This is the right vibe because I love the palm trees. But I need this plane... Actually, you know what I have the ability to do? Hold on. I have the power of Photoshop here. Watch this. No joke. I'm about to do some wizardry here. Oops. Oh, maybe not, though. I realize, hold on, wait. No, actually, just kidding. I can't. I'm a dummy because the light source is not going to be correct. I need a tiny jet flying away in the distance that's not from that dramatic of an angle. I have like a very specific angle in mind. Noom, this like toy jet. I can't. It's toy plane. I might just need to not be so picky, actually. This one is actually probably going to be the one. I'm just so sick of coughing. That would be really dope if I could just, like, not deal with that. Filter. We need filter gallery. We need... Oh, but where'd the plane go? Are we losing the plane? We might be. I'm going to actually take this. We're going to copy paste, turn this off. Then we're going to go filter gallery, because this is going to nuke the plane, which is not what we want. Completely erases the plane from existence. Let's see, and I'm going to have to go show contextual taskbar. I'm going to have to select the subject, and it hopefully will select the little plane. All right. Okay. This did not select. This did not do what I needed it to do. Okay. And actually, you know what? There are easier ways. Watch this shit. We have the power, guys. Photoshop may have betrayed us, but you know what didn't? My hand. Damn you, royalty-free airplane. That's definitely not on the list of things that I ever thought I was gonna, like, have to say in my life. Damn you, royalty-free airplane was not on my 2026 bingo card. Also, too, Carrix, I don't know if you know about Nightshade and Glaze, since I see you have like an anti-AI watermark on your art. Unfortunately, just putting that AI art thing on there will not stop people from scraping it. But if you haven't used Glaze or Nightshade, I would highly recommend it to protect your work from AI scraping. Hold on, I'm actually going to use a mask for this, and actually what I'm going to do... Not that. I'm going to kind of blur this out this direction. There we go. And then let me erase this out now. Now I can effectively bloom wider, and then actually I might leave it on the bottom. And just do a gradient this direction. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Why? Okay, that works. And actually, I might, let's see, adjust this. And also, too, as much as I don't mind this kind of smoggy look, too. And actually, what I can do, I'm a fool. I'm silly. I'm a silly Billy. I have the ability to do this over here. Like this. And then go like this. There we go. Better. All right, now let's get the dialogue in here. Okay, I can close this. And then let's get the dialogue boobles open. Boobles. Copy. Why would you change it back to 34? I just... Wow, that's so annoying. Wow, that's so annoying. Effectively, everyone's like, there's nothing you could do. They updated Photoshop and broke it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Literally, you had something that functioned totally fine, and then you broke it. Yes, yeah, glaze is more important than nightshade. I recognize nightshade is more intensive than glaze, but yeah, just putting an AI, like, don't copy this or don't scrape this for AI thing will not protect you. Like, they don't care. They will scrape it off the website with the watermark on it. Glaze is what protects from the scraping. Nightshade will poison the AI, so you definitely don't need Nightshade at all. Glaze will do just fine, and that tends to be significantly less expensive. I would also recommend saving out your work at 72 DPI when uploading it to the internet as well. Just because then people can't steal it too. But Glaze and 72 DPI are going to be your best friend. Yeah, and especially, I guess it depends truly, too, on where you're uploading it. Because I know, like, Instagram and Facebook last December made a change that they're scraping everything on their website for AI. So if you're an artist uploading to Facebook or Instagram, keep that in mind. I think there's a process that you can do to opt out, but you have to, like, write into their customer support and be like, don't fucking include me in AI scraping, which is a huge pain in the butt. DeviantArt, I believe, has a setting for it that you have to turn it off. Fur Affinity does not allow for AI scraping. Kara does not allow for AI scraping. I don't know about ArtStation. ArtStation is tricky. I haven't heard anything from them about what they're doing to stop that from happening. Oh wait, wrong dialogue. Wrong one. Yeah, ArtStation's pretty good for like portfolio work. I think honestly your work is good enough to be in a portfolio on ArtStation. That's like in my opinion, like as a professional. That's just me though. But let's see, does ArtStation allow AI? Because I think yeah, they do allow AI to be posted. You can apparently use a no AI tag to prevent artwork from being used for AI, but like my question is why is there not a generation or like a setting that says no AI for the whole thing? That's stupid. Yeah, so actually based on that alone, I would avoid posting on ArtStation actually. That's not a lot of protections for people. That's like effectively minimum effort. I do post to DeviantArt, but they do have like a pretty like decent like there's a large toggle switch that says no AI on it, and you can turn it off and they won't like scrape your work. Not like DeviantArt is the most perfect. I swear. Sometimes I wonder about DeviantArt actually. Go your way. Does it feel like nothing's ever changed? Oh, my eyeball's so itchy. Everything is so crispy. I'm going to move this. Oh, there's our once a day bot. Get out of here. Cursed bot. I don't want to grade finals today. This is as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, Instagram is not artist friendly. I 100% agree with that. As somebody who's been on the internet for a really long time, I know some artists, effectively, the people who joined Instagram really early when Instagram was new, they've had a lot of success with Instagram, but now Instagram caters almost entirely to models and influencers. and people producing content with real people in them, and is not very friendly to artists. And then again, on top of that, they have openly changed their policy to steal everything. Like, I've had to delete all of my business, like Facebook, and like I have taken everything off of my Instagram account because of that reason. It's like, it's just, yeah, they literally will steal everything. Okay, this might be kind of a problem here, but we're gonna find out. If this is gonna give me some issues, but we'll see. Actually, yeah, sure. I'm probably going to end the stream just a touch early so I have time to eat lunch. Actually, I recognize this dialogue makes no sense. I don't have Uber money. Do you have Uber money, Wukong? Sir, do you have Uber money? Who's your favorite Uber driver? That's all I have to say. She's like, use your legs. Okay, so I'm gonna have to tweak this. I might have to cancel office hours tomorrow too. I might just do that preemptively and be like, sorry guys, I got bronchitis, and then just that's it. The students can just deal. I'm gonna be like, if you need me, you're gonna have to like message me privately because I'm gonna die. Alright, so now let's... I'm gonna have to clean this up again and then erase it out, but that's okay. Sure. Well, and actually, I might not... Hold on, excuse me. I'm gonna leave this alone like this, and then actually I'm gonna crop hello. crop this. Actually, I don't like it. Just kidding. That's fine. It's because I think Bronchiosaurus is actually a dinosaur. Or Brachiosaurus? Let me see. Yeah, it's a Brachiosaurus. Close, but not the same. Yeah, bronchitis is named after the bronchioles inside your lungs. They're like your the little web parts of your lungs. The bronchial tubes. So it's all these little tubies. These little tubies in here. And so these get all filled with mucus effectively, and then you get sick, which is awful. Wouldn't recommend. I don't have money for Uber is maybe this is an iconic line. She's like, use your legs. He's like, but we don't have to use legs. We can eject directly into the sky. You don't understand. Oh, and actually I recognize this is not 67. This is 66. All right, awesome. Why? Yeah, it was just a regular head cold, and then all of a sudden it got all crispy and decided to migrate down into my lungs, and I'm like, why would you do that? Okay. Hydrate. I'm going to drink, more of this tea, and then I'm probably going to go get more tea. But yeah, I would say we get an A+. This was a lot of like figures, so there wasn't a lot of background, which is good. And then that means tomorrow I get to come back and do another 2-panel page. I love easy pages. Are they in an alleyway here? Hold on. Where is this? Where are you? Oh, and then there's so much combat. So much. No, but this is like kind of a nice long combat though. Okay. Alright. I don't think I mentioned it, but for whatever reason, I don't think Wukong would beat the ever-flying snot out of somebody in the middle of an alley, or of the boardwalk. It just doesn't seem like that would happen, so I have to, like, have an alleyway set for the most part, which means that I have to make an alleyway set in Daz next time. So that's going to take up actually a lot of my time. Most likely is just mocking up this alleyway. Gross. But I can show you guys how that works on the Daz end of things, which is pretty fun. So I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll feel a little bit better. I suspect that I will. I'm slowly getting better. But thank you so much to everybody who hung out today, and especially a thank you to Television for subbing over on YouTube. I appreciate that a lot. So I will be back, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Get a lot of rest if you can, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.